Cheers and welcome to Bitter Reality Brewing. Yes, this is the smoked dunkel taste test. And I've got a little light here. We'll take a look. It's on the dark side, but I mean, yeah, you're probably not going to see through it at all. But it is a dark copper color, which is, you know, inherent on dunkel. Yeah, this one's a little easier to see for some reason. And I'll put it on the channel so you can see it. If you haven't seen version 1 or part 1, we'll put it up there. Yeah. So 8:30. Nope. No,
the other one. Yeah.
Yep, there we go. 8:30 and 8:33. Just a different yeast. That's all it is. It's a smoked Doppelbock. Man, did I screw up. I screwed up all the way around. First, I exceeded my total grain capacity on the Anvil Foundry by 0.3233 whatever pounds. So my brewhouse efficiencies suffered massively. Mash was 65.9. Total brewhouse efficiency was 62%. I was expecting a 70% total brewhouse efficiency, which would have put me up around 7.9. If I got 72, I would have been really happy at 8.2. But yeah, I sucked at it. It is the worst brewhouse efficiency, worst mash efficiency I ever had. Had all kinds of mistakes. And this proves a point on the homebrewing top 10 tips, tricks, recommendations, things like that. And also what's the most important thing? Fermentation. So I didn't pitch enough yeast. I thought I did. I did not. First lager, learn from mistakes. You learn from mistakes more than you learn from anything else. My final gravity was 1.021. So my OG was 1.064. Should have been up around the 1.07 something. And my final gravity, the tilt and the easy dens, first time it was ever not in sync. One of the tilts said I was 1.022 and the other one said I was 1.020. The easy den said I was 1.021 and 1.021. I think it was just a matter of fractions, you know what I mean? It was really close, so it just said, yeah, close enough. Here's what I think it is. And they round a little different, I guess. But needless to say, we're gonna go with 1.021 for both of them according to the easy dens, which puts, instead of 8% or 7.9 or 8.1, 5.7. Yeah.
Surprising, you know, it's lower than normal.
Extremely low than normal instead of higher. He always says, I'm like, hey, I'm shooting for 6.5. And he's like, hey, what'd it come out? I'm like, 8. He's like, what? Are you kidding me?
8, 9, 10.
Yeah, I usually go much higher than I expect. Instead, this time I went the other direction for the first time, which was really nice. I'm not going to say a smoked Doppelbock is a sessionable beer because it is a very rich, strong beer. It will hit you. It is really great with some good brisket, whether you like it wet or dry. I've learned that one a few years back. Wet is with a little bit more fat to it. Dry is a little bit more in the outer shell, a little more, you know, bark. So it's really up to you. I didn't poison the tree. I didn't tell him anything. I'm gonna let him do everything. I did do a little taste testing yesterday or day before. I don't even remember anymore. But I'm gonna let him do the smell first before you taste it. Smell each one and tell me what you think you smell. And I mean, it's a lot of smoke.
It's smoky. Yeah.
It's beechwood smoke. But think about fruits and other things and tell me if you smell anything. Especially, yeah, I'm gonna poison the tree, the first one.
No, don't poison the tree. It's kind of like oh shoot, I can't remember the name of it. It's almost a Flemish sour without the sour is the scent I'm getting.
I didn't think about that, but yeah, that actually falls into what I smell. Not the same, but it falls into that same
instead of the like
area.
You get the smoke.
And I forgot to get the water because he's gonna need some water, but it's okay. We can deal with it.
This is just like pure smoke.
I smell a lot of flavor in here on the 830. On the 833, I'm right there with him. It's almost all smoke.
I can kind of get a little bit of it, but yeah, you have to try to find it.
I'm still gonna
get everything else.
I'm still gonna recommend taste testing this one first. I'm gonna let him do taste testing before I tell you what I smell and what I taste.
Okay, so the 30 first.
This is 830.
Okay.
All White Labs as I almost spill it. It's so smooth, even though it's very rich.
It's very, very good. Very like up front, you get those. I don't know how to explain it. It's like a richer fruit, kind of like a. I don't know off the top of my head.
I'm going to tell you what I smell based on what he just said. When I smell 830, I smell a chocolate cherry with a little bit of cherry wood.
I was afraid of saying cherry because I was like, it's not. It's kind of cherry, but like there's something else with it.
I would agree. There's some other things going on, but I smell a chocolate cherry with a cherry wood smoke, even though it's beech wood. I smell, and that's what I think of, and it's very smooth, but it's rich. It's very rich. That smoke makes it rich.
Probably one of the few cherry flavored beers that, not flavored, I guess, but
yeah, he's not
cherry beers that I
big cherry
like.
beer anything.
Like
I've done chocolate cherry, and he's like,
Something about cherry beer is not very good. That's really good though.
Take a minute, and I'll let you hit 833. I've been giving the bottles out for this stuff like left and right here in Jacksonville. It's crazy. Smells smoother now that I've had that one.
Also very smooth. Not as rich. It's almost like a lighter.
It's not as rich. But to me, the flavor, actually, I take it back. A little bit of the flavor, the smell was stronger initially, but once you start drinking it, it kind of subdues it a little bit and a little smoother. For anyone out there who's never brewed a lager, because it's my first lagers, true lagers, they're so much smoother than an ale. I love my ales, but they are so much smoother. If you have the ability to ferment in a lager and you're trying to get a family member or a good friend into craft beer, go for a lager. Trust me. Just trust me on that one.
A lot less cherry.
Oh, a lot less. And it kind of plays on your tongue a little bit too. I don't know why.
I feel like you get more of the smoke flavor out of this one.
Initially, I definitely smelled a lot more smoke. What's funny is that I smelled cherry, like I said, chocolate cherry. Over here, I get a little chocolate. I get a lot of smoke. It's a little smoother, but it's definitely rich. They're both very rich, and that's that smokeness. Because I put a lot of smoked malt in here, and I followed some recipes, and it was the goal. It was the way it needed to be done.
But it's just different yeast.
Different yeast. That's the same beer.
Or it's super different.
and they're from the same company, and one's an 830, one's an 833. It's a Doppelbock. That is just a regular Bavarian yeast from White Labs. This is actually a Bock yeast designed for Bock, specifically Bock beers. I think I love the smell of this one and the smoothness of this one.
I don't know, man.
It's such a different beer from anything else that you normally drink. That's the one thing with smoked beers. I love a good smoked beer. I will sit and sip a smoked beer. I'm going to tell you straight up, if you go buy one of the smoked beers or you make a smoked beer, don't expect to down a couple pints. Your stomach's going to go, what the hell are you giving me right now? It's something that's enjoyed. It's something that's sipped. I'm going to say if you're going to do some sort of smoked brisket, pork butt, shoulder, whatever you want to do, some ribs, yeah, that would be a nice finishing beer after you've eaten your ribs or the lighter beer. Just amazing.
It's not bad with a Reuben either.
That actually, I've been craving a Reuben lately, which is kind of funny you say a Reuben.
There's a German pub nearby that we sometimes go to, and they have a good Reuben. And
I haven't had their Reuben. I always get their Jägerschnitzel.
Yeah,
Jägerschnitzel
goes really well with a Rauch beer.
Oh, this is pretty much a Doppelbock and a Rauch beer, kind of blend it together. But oh man, I gave away so many bottles of this over the past 2 days. It was kind of crazy. So we're gonna say cheers. Thank you for joining us. Definitely appreciate it. Don't forget, like, subscribe, keep sharing. Definitely appreciate it. And excuse me, I'm gonna go enjoy some more beer.
Thanks.
Thank you and cheers. Very different from anything I've ever made.